You're in a good mood.
Yep.
And how's Joe this morning?
Oh, he's a bit moody, but he'll get over it.
Oh, poor Joe.
Poor Joe, nothing. He's ended up with extra land for his beef. After that steroids fiasco, he should count himself lucky.
Well, I thought you wanted that extra land from Tate's for the sheep.
Aye, I did. But that releases more land for Joe's cattle, so we both win, really. It's just that Joe didn't get his own way. That was what the point was, plus the fact that we can now go into organic lamb.
Well, I'm quite proud of you.
Proud? What for?
Holding out for this organic thing. Going for what you believe in.
Oh, it's not all altruism, love. The bottom line is Emmerdale needed that extra land of Tate's, however it's farmed.
Well, there's no need to spoil it.
Oh, come on, Joe. You did get that extra land for your beefers.
That's not the point.
Well, what is?
Well, Jack thinks he can ride roughshod over us all.
Oh, now, that's not fair. Both Matt and Henry made up their own minds. And you did get my vote.
Yeah. Never thanked you for it, did I?
I meant what I said last night. I voted with you, but I'm serious about this organic farming business.
Now, don't start all that again.
Hey, what's going on? I thought we were making an early start on the shearing.
Joe's talking.
I'm not. But I want to talk to you any road about our future plans.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we've decided to streamline the running of the farm.
I see.
We should have talked to you first, but there's been one or two difficult choices to make.
No, of course. You must do what you think's best.
Yeah, well, it's what we decided about the sheep affects you most. As you know, Jack's quite keen on going ahead with this organic land thing.
Mm-hmm.
So we're renting 75 acres of Frank Tate's land, and half the flock are going over there, and they'll be raised organically.
Really?
Of course, it will mean a lot extra work, having to go backwards and forwards.
So what?
Well, we've decided that the running of the sheep operation ought to be your sole responsibility.
What's the matter?
Nothing. I thought you were gearing yourselves up to give me the sack.
Oh, okay.
Did you tell Frank about the hunting over at Home Farm?
No. As far as Frank's concerned, John Henderson's coming because he's chairman of the planning committee, not because he's master of foxhounds.
Oh.
Not that either of us are currying any favour, you understand?
Oh, absolutely.
But it never hurts to be on friendly terms with those you might be doing business with later, does it?
No, it doesn't.
I mean, this dinner can make the difference between Frank and I being wildly successful at our respective schemes or being thwarted at every turn.
Yes, I know.
Look, Dolly, you know how fond we both are of Sam, and, well, I know Frank really enjoys having him round the place. But sometimes, like tonight, for instance.
He'll be in bed, tucked up, fast asleep or else.
Thanks.
Have you talked to Kathy yet?
Yeah. Me and Kate spoke to her. She seemed quite pleased.
Well, Kate spoke up for herself last night.
Ha.
The look on your face when you thought she was going to vote against you.
Shut it, Jack.
I'm only saying how well she did.
I know what you're saying. Pity Sarah can't pull her weight a bit more.
Hey, now leave Sarah out of this.
Leave Sarah out of what?
I'm just saying that pity Sarah can't pull her weight a bit more on this farm.
Well, she's got a lot on her mind at the moment.
Yeah, so she says. But she doesn't mind dipping her oar in when it takes her fancy. She's all talk and no work.
Now, look here, Joe.
No, you look here. It's all very well having a go at me and Kate, but when it's you and Sarah...
Oh, stop it. You're like a pair of kids.
It's not me.
Both of you. I don't know how Annie ever put up with you two. I reckon she deserves a medal.
Frank, don't be boring tonight.
Me? Boring?
I mean, don't go on about building regs and mains drainage and things.
All right, I won't talk about mains drains if you promise not to talk about bloodlines and livery arrangements.
Breaks your heart, doesn't it?
What does?
The stupidity of it. Just pointless vandalism.
Yeah, except I suppose he was trying to make a point. Well, I'll be done. The cheek of the man. Hey, you! What the devil do you
Be
think
careful, Frank. You don't want to start anything.
It's all right, Mr. Tate. I'm just looking.
I thought your bail conditions meant you to stay off my land.
Oh, yeah? And just how am I supposed to live and work if I stay off your land?
Now, you listen here, young man.
No, you listen. I didn't do this, see? And I don't want to go to prison for something I didn't do. And I'm glad your barn burnt down.
Frank. Keep her still, Mark.
I am.
She's worse than a sheep.
Ta-da!
Oh, hi, love. How did it go?
It was a piece of cake. All the words came out in the right order, and you know the best bit?
What?
It's over! No more exams, I've finished.
Well done, well done.
Hey, what's with Lucy?
Well, she's been scratching. I think she's got a
Emmerdale
sheep
Farm.
tick just here, look.
Let's have a look.
Speaking.
Hey, is this a good time to talk about parties?
Yeah.
I don't see why not. But I don't think we can have one here, you know.
Oh, Mo.
Well, this place is too small, love, and you're going to want all your school friends. So, I thought about the village hall.
Oh, great, yeah.
All right, well, I'll talk to Henry tonight about it, all right? See what he says.
Hi, what's the matter with Nick Bates?
What?
That was the estate agent on the phone. Apparently they sent somebody around the other day to view Demdike, and he sent them packing.
Yeah.
Do you know something about this, Rachel?
Yeah, sort of. I was there, really.
What? What the hell's he playing at? Means I've got to go down now and show them round.
So, basically, the deal's on.
Good.
And I would like to have a chat about which particular 75 acres we have.
You what?
Well, it'll be no use me taking the low meadows down by the river, for instance.
Why not?
For sheep. It's boggy, Frank. I'd be fighting a losing battle against foot rot half the time and worms the other half.
Worms?
Yeah, in the sheep. They eat the grass that carries the eggs that are laid by the snails that carry the worms.
That live in the house that Jack built. Okay, but that is part of the patch that I've set aside.
Can't you change it?
I've no idea, can I?
Well, my information is, as long as you keep the acreage the same, you can do what you like. Cost you about 20 quid a hectare to change your mind.
Okay, let's get the maps out and go over them together. We'll be in the sitting room, love.
There. It's not perfect, but I think it'll do.
Looks great.
Oh, good.
Look, Dolly, I've just taken an armful of Sam's Lego up to his room and a sheaf of his drawings from the study and a dumper truck from the stairs.
Oh, I'm so sorry. If you'd have told me, I'd have done it.
Look, I know it's his home, and like I said this morning, we enjoy having him here. But it's our home too, and we like to feel we have the place to ourselves sometimes.
Look, it was Frank who asked Sam to do those drawings, and it was him who got him started on the Lego housing estate.
Yes, I know.
I mean, how is Sam expected to know where he stands if 1 minute you give him free rein and the next you lock him out?
Well, he ought to have more sense.
Him? He's 7.
Look, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it to sound like that.
Yes, I know. I'm sorry, too. Maybe this living in isn't such a good idea after all.
What? No, Dolly.
My divorce will be finalised soon and I'll have some cash. Maybe Sam and me should find somewhere else.
That's the last thing I want. Look, perhaps we should have given you more space of your own.
Oh, the rooms are fine. It's just that when you've had a place of your own and your own independence...
Well, maybe that's the answer. Maybe if we made a proper flat for you up there. You know, with a kitchen, bathroom and everything.
Maybe. There you go. Thanks.
I wanted to talk to you. How are you?
Fine.
No, you're not. You're pregnant, aren't you? Look, Elsa, I know you might not want to talk to me about it, but I just think you ought to know that I know. I saw Nick just after he'd seen you.
Rachel, it's awful.
Look, I know this might not be a lot of help. I mean, I've never been in your situation. But it used to worry me sick whenever I was involved with someone. It was the first time for me as well. And however much you think you know about things, you don't. Not really. I do know how frightening it is.
It's not just that. It's Mum and Michael.
I know.
They've been very good about it. But I've let them down so badly.
Even so, Elsa, you have more of a problem than they do.
What do people think?
Don't think about other people. Think about yourself. What do you want to do?
I don't know.
Nick! Nick, wait! I was coming up to see you. I wanted to apologise. What I said about you and Elsa, I was a bit over the top.
It's okay.
Are you sure?
Yeah. So beautiful here, isn't it?
What?
Well, look at it. There's so much going on.
Well, yeah, I suppose there is if you put it like that.
Oh, it's so beautiful, Kath. It really makes you think.
Yeah, I suppose it does.
When I found out Elsa was pregnant, I was so shocked. It was so unexpected.
That's one way of putting it.
But now, well, I'm gonna be a dad of my own kid. I'll be a good dad. I'll look after Elsa properly too.
But Nick, you haven't talked to Elsa. I mean, you've no idea what pressure she may be under from a family or whatever.
They'll be okay. Once I've told Elsa the good news, she'll be really pleased.
Told her what?
That we're gonna get married, of course.
Come in. Sorry about the mess. There's some odd characters staying here at the moment. But structurally, the cottage is as sound as a bell. Shall we start upstairs?
Hi, what are you doing here?
I might ask the same. I have to see Dad on some business. I thought you were up to your eyes in sheep.
I am. I nipped over to see Nick. I wanted to talk to him.
Oh, giving him a shoulder to cry on again, were you?
Honestly, men.
What did I say?
There's not one young man in the country who hasn't had nightmares about being in this situation. When it happens to someone else, you can't wait to see them get what's coming. There but for fortune.
No, there but for common sense.
Yeah, all right, and that.
So, what's he gonna do?
He wants to marry her.
Oh.
He says he loves her. His main problem, as I see it, is getting close enough to Elsa to actually tell her that. Oh, I've got a dash.
Well, you can spare a bit of time, can't you? Joe and Jack can manage.
Yes, but I'm in charge now. Boss of the sheep.
You what?
It's what they decided at their summit conference. As from now, I'm in sole command of all the sheep at Emmerdale.
That's great.
Well, I'd like to have been asked rather than just told, but yeah, I think it's great.
Congratulations.
I just, don't feel like work at the moment. I can't get it out of my mind, you see, about Elsa and the baby. Now, we did the same patch 3 times this morning.
So, what are you going to do now?
Well, I'm gonna tell her the good news. Why didn't you tell her to meet us at the wool pack?
Well, I didn't know you were coming down, did I? What good news?
That's, I'm gonna get married.
Have you been drinking?
Oh, why?
It's just that, Nick, you've altered the course of her life in one foul swoop. You can hardly expect her to say, "Ta very much," and marry you.
Well, why not? Look, I love her. She's carrying our baby.
It's not that simple. Anyway, you should be talking to her, not me.
Rachel, that's what I've been trying to do. Oh, look, there's Joe. He must have been to the cottage.
I meant to tell you. Joe found out about us turning the punters away from the cottage the other day. The estate agent told him.
It's in such a mess, it's filthy. Still, who cares?
I'm sorry, but I really am very disappointed in you.
Oh, why?
I thought it'd be like Far From the Madding Crowd.
Eh?
To mark the end of spring shearing. You know, all knotted handkerchiefs and Alan Bates, folk songs and foaming jugs of ale.
Yeah, well, I'll take you down the Woolpack later, and if you're really lucky, Amos will sing you his version of Some Enchanted Evening. How's that?
Have you had a chance to look through any of this bump yet?
From the organic people? No, not yet. Why?
Some of it seems downright silly, if you ask me.
Like what?
Well, this bit, for instance. I mean, if a sheep gets sick and you have to inject it with something, even penicillin, You can't sell it as organic meat.
So?
Jack, penicillin is organic. You can't synthesise it.
How on earth do you know something like that?
When you work in a library, Jack, you're a mine of useless information.
Yeah, well, I'll read it all later. When I finish this book of yours, which, by the way, is overdue.
So it is. There you are. Present from me.
What do you do that for?
That'll teach them to sack me.
You can't do that.
Yes, I can. I just did.
You're a closet hooligan, you.
I know.
There. Stick it back again.
No.
I'll squeal to the head librarian.
Spoil sport.
Everything under control, Dolly? Do you need anything?
Oh, no, I'm fine. Just the trout to go on.
They look great. Delicious. Ow!
Oh, Sam, I told you to be careful.
Sorry.
You said you were going to put him to bed. Now, look, Dolly, I don't want anything going wrong tonight.
Well, I'll take him up as soon as I'm finished here. Sam, will you sit down, please? He's not doing any harm.
Well, as long as he's in bed before Mr. Henderson arrives.
Yes, he will be. I'm quite capable of looking after my son, you know.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean... Look, I'm sure everything will be fine. Sam!
Sorry.
Yes.
Thanks very much.
Well, come on then. What was all that about?
We've had an offer on Demdike.
Really? How much?
57,000.
Oh, that's less than the last people.
Yeah, but they can buy straight away. Wish the offer had come in a couple of days ago before I had to bow down to Jack.
What difference would that have made?
It would have meant that Joe could have paid off all the fines and all the rest of it from his own money, love, not from the farm's money. It means he could have argued from a position of strength rather than weakness.
Well, don't hate me for saying this, but I'm glad the decision went the way that it did.
Oh, thanks very much.
I didn't mean that...
Now that I have lost out to Jack, the sooner I can get my hands on some brass, the better.
But I thought those people hated the place.
They did. That wasn't them.
Who was it then?
I don't know.
What?
I don't know. Now that as the agent, the buyer is acting through his solicitor and hasn't got a name to give me.
Is everything all right, Mr. Henderson?
Yes, Mrs. Day.
Oh, Kim, please.
Well, farm trout, is it?
Yes, the local fish farm.
Thought so.
Is there something wrong?
It's rather typical of farm trout. I suspect the holding pools are too full. Would that be the case?
No, I wouldn't have thought so.
Well, I would. When fish are kept in holding pools too long, they lose their ATP, adenosine triphosphate. Leads to dry, tough flesh. I should have a word with the chap in charge, if I were you.
Yes, I'll tell him.
Well, let's get down to business, shall we? That's why I'm here, after all.
No, this is a social occasion. I'm not going to talk shop.
Don't see why not. Nothing else to talk about.
Well, if you insist.
Oh, sorry to take so long. After all those sheep, I had to have a bath. Is dinner all dried up and horrid?
No, just horrid. I'm not good at cooking, I'm afraid.
Oh, never mind. It's just nice to come home and find supper being cooked for you.
Reminds me. I bought you a present.
Oh, really?
Now, I found this in an antique shop in Hotton. I couldn't resist it.
Oh, Chris, I didn't know you cared. Thank you.
Now, you will notice she's not wearing old jeans and her lover's old T-shirt.
Yeah.
Can I dish up now? You hungry?
I could eat a horse. What have you got?
Oh, dear.
What?
Lamb chops.
Fine by me. Any day but Sunday.
Oh, thanks, Henry. That's great. Oh, can I have an orange juice for Rachel too, please?
Oh, aye. Nice to see you all together again. Doesn't happen often enough these days.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't have put money on it earlier on, I tell you.
Oh. Bit tense, was it?
Oh, I thought they were going to come to blows in the shearing pen.
I thought Joe might be a bit touchy today.
Well, Jack didn't help. I mean, he couldn't resist gloating.
To see them together, you'd never think they were really quite fond of each other, would you?
That's one way of putting it.
I don't like to let anyone know.
I don't know men. Listen, if you've got a moment, why don't you pop over and join us for a drink?
Oh, thanks, I'll try.
OK, great. Henry says we can have the hall any day next week except Sunday.
Oh, brilliant. What's that for, Rachel?
End of exams disco.
Yeah, funny with kids, isn't it? The minute they get a chance to prove they're grown up, they take the first opportunity to act like 5-year-olds.
Oh, listen to us talking.
I beg your pardon?
You should have heard these two earlier on today, Sarah.
Why?
They were at it, hammer and tongs, all day long. I nearly sent them to bed with a cup of cocoa and a teddy bear.
He stole my teddy bear.
I did not. You lost it.
Oh, I did.
You see what I mean?
Another brandy, Mr. Henderson?
No, thank you. I've had quite sufficient for one evening. Now, Mr. Tate, about the hunt. Cub hunting starts in August. I will, of course, contact you nearer the date to confirm arrangements.
Hang on a minute. What are you talking about?
The hunt. We're most grateful for your cooperation, of course.
What cooperation?
Mrs. Tate, haven't you informed your husband about our conversation?
Small breakdown in communications. Mr. Henderson rang the other day while you were in Leeds. I've been so busy it slipped my mind.
It's a matter of etiquette, really. Checking our permission to cross farmers' land each year. But I'm a stickler for etiquette.
And nobody ever refuses permission.
Good heavens, no. Not when you've been around as long as the Emmerdale hunt.
I see. Well, well. Hello, young man.
Go to bed, please, Sam.
I can't sleep. Can we play something, Frank?
No.
Where's Mummy?
In the kitchen, I expect. Let's see if we can go and find her, shall we? Excuse me.
Children need a firm hand, in my view.
Yes. Come on. Dolly, this is too much.
Sam, what are you doing all?
Being a spoilt brat is what he's doing.
Hang on.
This is outrageous, Dolly, quite outrageous. I have been talking to you all day about it. We can't even have a dinner party in peace.
Oh, come on, I don't think that's
Now
fair.
look, just get him out of here now. Go on, I'm sick of it. Leave the washing up everything. Just get him out.
Right.
Come on.
No, it's all right, don't you worry. You can send my wages on.
Dolly, I didn't mean... I only meant you to take him to his room.